Another advantage of this is purchase recency and frequency, okay? Which means that more people are buying, but more people are buying every single day or every single week or every time you join, okay? So not only you're saving, not only you're increasing your lifetime value, but the more, but the, like when you get that revenue, you get it even more frequently, okay? You get it weekly or whenever you launch. Another one is brand or mission awareness. Your customers becomes part of what you do or what you sell, okay? So sa client's perspective to guys ha, pero nagigets nyo naman yung language. Tama? I'm talking about perspective ni client, okay? So as a community owner, right? Your brand becomes known, right? As your group becomes bigger, right? Next is brand loyalty. They become your advocate. So they refer people, they bring their friends along with them. Kapag may nakita kayong cafe, 'di ba? You bring your friends with you for them to enjoy the same thing, right? It's basically it. And if you guys referred someone or a friend or a family member in VA Training PH, that's because you became loyal advocates of VA Training PH. So it works the same way, right? But I would say another thing that is not listed here because I forgot is savings on client acquisition cost. Guys, do you know what client acquisition means? Type 1 if you know what client acquisition is. Okay. Client acquisition. Client acquisition means yung pagkuha ng client for the first time. Do you guys understand that? So, for example, yung client mo nagra-run ng paid ads, okay? At gumagastos sila ng 1,000 USD per day. For example, hindi, let's say per month. Kaya maliit pa lang sila. So, kunyari gumagastos sila ng 1,000 USD per month, right? Now, kunyari, dito sa 1,000 USD per month, nakakakuha sila ng 100 leads. Etong 100 leads na to, 3 of them buy, okay, the product. So for every 1,000 USD, they get 3 people, right? If they stay in the community, then they will keep on buying, which means na they don't need to attract more customers or they don't have to spend $1,000 again to get 3 more people. Okay? Type 2 if nagigets nyo yung sinasabi ko. They're saving on client acquisition costs. Okay? So that's another one. Now, ano namang nakukuha ng mga members? Okay? Ano naman nakukuha ng mga members? Of course, acceptance, right? Like in a world wherein a lot of people feel like they don't belong in a community, they feel like they belong, they feel accepted. Next is appreciation. When they shout your win, guys, inside the inner circle, do you guys feel appreciated? Like your peer appreciate you, they comment, they engage, especially if the community is super active, you feel like you're part of something, right? Actually, based sa experience ko, kahit hindi masyadong maganda yung product, dahil maganda yung community, you buy, you know. So that's also another way of seeing it. Sense of belongingness, companion, of course, your self-esteem. But the conversation should mostly be between your community members. Ibig sabihin, as a community manager, your goal is to not have a conversation with them lang. Type 3 if nagigets nyo yun. Ibig sabihin, right, ang goal mo, okay, ang goal mo is between your community. Okay? Between the community. Ibig sabihin, kunyari, si Yolanda at si Jeremy yung magchichikahan inside the community. Bakit? Why do you think that is the goal? Because if you think about it, if the community manager is the only one having a conversation with the audience, it is a content. It's not a community. There's a difference. There's a difference between you talk to the audience versus a community. Audience versus community. Okay? Iba din yung yung audience kasi they just listen, right? A community, they are part of it. Type 4 if you understand what I'm saying. They need to be part of it. So, ang goal mo as a community manager, right, is to bring them into the conversation. And when they are having that conversation, that means you've done your job right. Okay? All right. So, are you guys enjoying this so far? Anything that is unclear? I want to know. Okay. Perfect. Now, let's talk about the different types of communities. Okay. So, different types of communities, it's going to be exactly just like what I did just now. I always bring you guys along with me on the conversation to the point that I don't proceed if I feel like you guys didn't get it. Napansin niyo yun? Kasi I don't want to be someone who don't listen to you guys. Like basically, I will look like I'm an influencer on a live stream. You guys know what I mean? Nagigets yung sinasabi ko, influencer on a live stream, that's not coaching, right? Coaching and consulting, being part of a community is something else. Now, some of the different types of communities, number one, open communities. Ibig sabihin, everyone can join, right? Everyone can join if if you like the topic, you join, you hop in. It's a free community. It's a free conversation, right? You can jump in, you can ask questions, you can leverage, you can use it for your leverage. Now, closed communities, eto yung mga you have to apply, sort of. You have to, you cannot access it. Like the public cannot access it or read it, right? It could be free or paid, okay? And of course, we have exclusive and private communities. So I put it on the same parang bullet because it's kind of the same but different. Exclusive means you were invited, right? You were invited to be part of the community. Ibig sabihin, they don't just ask everyone to join, okay? And I'm also part of communities like that, wherein, for example, they just invite entrepreneurs or CEOs, something along those lines. Or on one of my consulting clients, they only invite people who earn 1 million pesos a month. May mga ganon. So there's also exclusive or private communities. Okay, so in terms of the type, so this is the openness of the community, right? Like how open the community is to the public. But another type that if you guys think about it, is interests, right? So there are people that joins communities because they love games. Oops. They love games, right? Ano ba yung mga sample ng games, guys? Genshin Impact. Wow. Valorant, ganyan. Diba? So there are, seryoso, may Roblox? Okay. Guys, can you just give me a second? I just need to turn on the lights. Wait lang. And then they will start engaging, right? Uy, ang saya naman ng community na to. So you're building it up, right? And this is based on Levenger's relationship model, which is a very helpful resource. Levenger's relationship model. Yan. So if you Google, right, you can read about the relationship model. So it matches, it's the same. Ibig sabihin, the marketing funnel, the sales funnel, and the journey ng client nyo inside the community, which is the relationship model from Levenger, which is a very effective strategy, match na match siya. Right? Type 2 if you agree with me. So you can basically execute a funnel inside the community. Okay? So let's talk about it. So from awareness, and then nag-engage na sila. After that, they will, like they stay in the community, right? probably helping other people out. And then they convert. Basically, they buy stuff in there, right? They buy the product. And then excite, meaning they're still engaging inside the community after they bought, and they're explaining what they've learned to the community as well. And then they will ascend, meaning you can now upsell them. So at this point, right, from here to here, you are getting paid your salary or your monthly retainer fee as a community manager. But then the moment you upsell, this is where the bonuses come. Okay, so for example, a deal that you can ask your client is that, okay, like I can be a community manager, this is my retainer fee, but every time I close a client or upsell a client to the next stage or the next product to sell, you earn a commission. Okay? So type 1, if nagigets nyo pa yung sinasabi ko. Nagigets pa. Exactly. So sabi ni Julius, awareness takes time, engagement also, everything takes time, right? It takes time. But when you do it consistently, nag-grow yung community, nag-grow also yung authority mo as a community manager. You're not having a conversation with them, but the community builds they build the community itself. You build it with them. Okay? Basically, parang ikaw lang yung igniter. Parang ikaw lang yung spark inside inside the group or inside the community. Exactly. Authority grows as thought leader or influencer. You attract followers inside the group also. And of course, at the same time, you're also earning from it, right? If you're working part-time as a community manager for that client, you attract other clients too in the group. Okay? Na parang, yung galing naman neto ni Valerie na community manager. Tanong ko nga if available pa siya to take another client. Okay? Parang ganun lang din siya. Okay, so that's it. Now, let's talk about growing your community or how to grow a community. Pinaka number 1 talaga dito. There's a lot of strategies out there, but I would say common bond is really the key. You have to know exactly what people want, what they're looking for, right? A lot of people, it's hard sometimes to tell what people want, right? Maybe they're there because they want the sense of belongingness, they wanted to get to know people. Maybe they're there to earn more. And most of them, they wanted to earn more, right? So you wanted to leverage that common bond. In order for them to learn more or to earn more, of course, they needed to take that first step. Okay, ano ba yung first step na yon? Maybe get something from that community. Is there free training inside that community? But when you start increasing the engagement, you have to think of what your common bond will be, what the masses will think. Okay, for example, when you create a content, you don't create content just for one person, tama? Or for 10 people, right? You create content for the masses, for everyone, right? Yung ano ba yung common bond nila? And one of the most common bond is challenges. Can you guys type C on the chat? Challenge is such a common bond for everyone because we all go through challenges. Nobody's perfect, right? Unless there's someone here who's perfect. But nobody's perfect, right? Everybody has challenges. So if you talk about the challenges, not only the content is relevant, but also it makes them feel that you are on their side. So that's also an advantage. For example, on one of the communities I'm in, and it's a paid community, and it's a fitness community, we always talk about our challenges. And most of the content that has challenges on it, yun yung mas mataas yung engagement because they can relate to each other. So that's the first. Next is you have to define your customer avatar on anything sales or marketing related. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard what customer avatar is and how to do that. You've done market research inside the bootcamp. So make sure that you know exactly the specific group of people you're targeting. For example, if a community of women and you are managing a community of women, what does women want, right? Most of the time they want safety, right? They want to make them feel like seen, right? That's another one. Men usually want status. They wanted to earn more. They wanted to be part of something bigger. So you just by basing on the demographics alone, you can now start drafting your customer avatars. What do they want? What are they looking for? Right? What are the types of conversations that you think they would resonate with? Um, I'll give you guys an example. Okay, so I have a client na they're selling supplements. Okay, and based on the data that we have more millennials than Gen Z that are that are buying from the customer or subscribing to the customer's list. So when we create content, we resonate to millennials more, right? Because we have more of them than Gen Zs, right? That's an example. Okay, but how do you do this, right? How do you do this? Of course, you will start by getting to know them. Okay, so when you start as a community manager, the first thing you have to do is go through the community, right? And read the comments. Okay, can you guys type comments on chat, please? You have to read the comment, find out what they're talking about, right? And from there, I encourage you guys to extract it and put it on a Google Sheet. Okay, just like the market research, right? Extract it, put it on a sheet, and then you can feed that into ChatGPT and figure out, hey, ChatGPT, how can I connect with these people, right? Of course, uploading your customer avatar inside AI too, right? So that GPT knows exactly what, parang the people you're talking to. Yes, if you put it that way, Julius, it's like scraping the data off the internet. So you have to understand them even more, right? But of course, if there's only one or two person who said the same thing, maybe that's not what the masses said, right? Again, you have to write something or create a content that would resonate to everyone. Okay? And ang mali ng mga tao usually is that they talk to, if they see one thing from one person, it affects their decision making as a community manager. Again, when you are a community manager, you have to have a bird's eye view of things. Okay? Dapat nakikita mo siya from the top. Okay? Aside from challenges, ito yung mga common bonds pa. Number one is goal, right? For example, in a gaming community, anong goal nila? What do you guys think? Sa isang gaming community, for example, they really love that game and 'di ba sa mga games like they sell stuff there. Like they sell their accessories and stuff. I haven't done it, honestly. I'm not a gamer. But that's another thing, right? They wanted to connect with people who will potentially buy some of their accessories, right? Next is experiences, right? For example, if you're talking to a group of moms who are using let's say it's a fitness community for moms, right? What are their shared experiences, right? Let's say losing weight after giving birth. That's a very common of course they can't um of course parang that's a challenge that most moms experience, right? Next is interest, right? um let's say you're in a community of traders, right? What do they talk about? What are their interests? One of them is politics, right? Because politics heavily influences trade, right? So type one, if you're not lost and you're still with me over here, I just want to make sure. Okay. Nag-enjoy ba kayo sa topic or are we so deep? Okay naman, no? Kayang-kaya naman. Okay. Perfect. All right. So, what are the steps to keep the community engaged? So, first is seeding a community. Well, how do you do seeding? Okay. I see it as a, maybe this is not the better term, but basically you're planting a seed. And we do this every day, right? We do this every day, even in our lives. Whatever you do or the habits you do every single day, that determines your future, right? In a community management role, whatever you do in the community hones the community, right? So let's say there's a community and we created a culture of responding in a sarcastic way, but not in a funny, sarcastic way, right? It becomes you guys, it becomes the community, right? So every day you're planting a seed. Okay. Um, that's another one. So you have to think of who are the people that are in the community? How can I nurture them? Where are the common bonds? What are the topics I should like talk about? Next is providing rewards, right? Milestones, right? So for example, um, prizes, right? In our community, what do? We have scholarships, right? We nurture you guys through Client Accelerator Camp, right? We don't have to, but we do, right? Because we love the community. We're willing to spend 5 days to help you guys after the boot camp so that you can look for clients. So that's just another sample. Other communities, they do raffles, right? And we do that too, right? Raffle prizes, right? That's another one. In some communities I've been in, they organize face-to-face parties as well. Like they can, you know, go to a restaurant together or a cafe together, they play games, whatever. So that's a reward too. Next is giving members roles and responsibilities. So this is a big thing because again, people are selfish, right? People are selfish, which means that you need to position it the way that parang they will get something out of it. So as a community manager, if you nurture people and inspire them to take the lead, they will hone the community with you, right? So that's another thing. Spotlighting community leaders so that they feel appreciated. If they post more inside the group, then you highlight them, you reward them. That's another thing. um Giving members a space to shout out each other and lift each other up. Encouraging responses from respective peers. Like, do you guys know that sometimes we type we highlight people and we do add to everyone to to get you to respond. So that's another thing. Or maybe sometimes we put prompt questions to encourage you guys to respond. So that's another thing. Statements of encouragement is also um at the top. Why? Because they can't get it from outside. It's not like their family is encouraging them all the time, especially for like online, right? Like that's what they're looking for. And that's very common for everyone. So in order to experience this, you need to curate or create a meaningful member experience, okay? And it will start with the onboarding process. Okay, ibig sabihin, how does it feel like to be onboarded? And I know that I've talked about this many times in the past, wherein we have to keep everything simple, right? Which means that when you onboard someone, it has to be just a few steps. The simple, the better, right? Like for example, in order to onboard, there's a survey, right? So that you can get to know your community better, right? Dun pa lang sa survey na yon, they will know you will know right away what they're looking for, right? Like what's the purpose of joining the community, or what's your email address, like stuff like that. So you need to curate their onboarding experience and make it a pleasant experience, right? Why? Because if it's not pleasant, of course they will not be in there again, right? So that is incredibly important. Wait lang. Okay, next, create content that moves community. So you guys already know how to create the content. You just have to do it right and effectively, right? Um, Next, initiate meaningful discussions in new communities. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but law of law of reciprocity. Okay, when you reciprocate something, right? The law of reciprocity, it's hard to pronounce, is a social norm that people feel obligated to return favors, right, from others. So when you initiate meaningful discussions in new communities, and if they feel like they're part of the community, naturally they will be easy to be um you can easily upsell them into the next stage of the funnel. Okay, let's say you're trying to get them to subscribe to your client's SaaS tool, right? So it's easier because they feel like they have to reciprocate that favor, right? That you've done inside the community. Same goes as to why commenting and complimenting your clients in LinkedIn or social media is effective, because the moment you message them and you onboard your client, they're warm enough. Basically, they already know you. All right. The type two, if you're still here with me and you're still listening. Okay, perfect. So, ano ba yung mga discussion or questions natin, or how do we build that engagement really? And like, this is incredibly tough because sometimes it's hard to think of something, right? But the most effective way for me, and you will notice this on my content inside the bootcamp or inside the inner circle, I ask questions all the time. Sino naka-notice dito? Let me know on chat. Na-notice nyo na sometimes I would ask you questions like, how's your day? Challenges you're having? Or sometimes I would prompt you guys to respond, right? So that is highly effective. Okay. But there's also a difference between communities. And later, let's go through different types of communities. Thank you so much. Okay. So, let's talk about open questions. Ano ba yung open question? Ibig sabihin, you are encouraging them to kwento. Okay? But the problem is, people are too lazy to respond, right? Or baka nahihiya, right? So, what do? You keep it simple too, okay? Um, uh, you know, keep it engaging, right? Or keep it funny even, right? So that they will respond to open questions. Next is closed questions, like a simple yes or no, right? Or asking them to respond with a emoji is also very effective. Next, diagnostic questions. So this one is incredibly hard, especially for people who are in the biz of offers or communities, wherein you're asking them to explain their insights and their thoughts. So that's another thing. So ibig sabihin, when you become a community manager, you gotta be interested in the topic too. You don't have to be an expert in something to be a community manager. You just have to be genuinely interested because you're learning too, right? Thank you, Azuka. Next is extension questions. Ask them to elaborate to increase the engagement even more. Okay, and I do this too sometimes when people post wins inside the group, our Facebook group. Sometimes I would ask them, but they shout their wins, so I would congratulate them. But then I would also ask them questions like, what strategy worked for you? Like questions like that can be very engaging and effective. And when other people see it, uy, ito yung nag-work sa kanila, so maybe this will work for me too. Coach, how often po ba dapat mag-post sa community? So this one, so there are two types of clients kasi that you will meet. Number one, if the community is relatively new, then you don't have data to support it yet, right? Second, if it's an active community, then you will have some sort of analytics to see how, like, at what time of day or what day they are active. Okay, so it really depends. Right now, it changes um because it's very crowded, right? Communities are very crowded nowadays. For example, in our Facebook group, we're having a hard time trying We're trying to get your attention all the time. So we post almost every day inside our communities because Facebook is very crowded. You will see your tita's post, yung mga post ng kamag-anak mo, ng friends mo, ng tropa mo, right? So it's hard to get attention. But there are some communities naman na hindi, it's not as hard, okay? I'll give you guys an example. So maybe inside school, right? Or if there is a community like collab inside GHL wherein you get an email every time somebody posts, or if there is a community content that is gaining a lot of traction. So you will get notified and you will be asked to respond. Circle is another good example. They get an email, right? So imagine niyo kunyari hindi active yung community na yun sa yung person na yun sa community, tapos they got an email. Of course, they will click and then, right, they would be prompted to respond. Sabi ni Asuka, true, I mute those, then I pin our group so Facebook knows na priority. Ano ba? Naiyak ako. Joke. Naiyak ako. Charot. Ang hirap. It's so hard to get your it's so hard to get your attention, guys inside the group. And sometimes I would post something super, super helpful and then there's no engagement. So sometimes I would ask Coach Nana to send it sa email, to link it, so that you guys will be prompted to go to the post and respond, or to even like read the content, because those are really helpful too. So yeah. What else? Priority questions. What issue do you find most important? Action. What would you do in this situation? Prediction. What would happen if you tried this action? So kung na-notice nyo, psychologically, these type of questions makes you feel something. Do you guys understand? Or do you guys relate? Now, these questions, they trigger something in you. So if done right, it will trigger something good. If done wrong, it will it will it will do something bad. Okay? Type 2 if nagigets nyo. If done right, it will work for you. If not, it will work against you. Okay? Oh, okay. So if you guys are thinking of gaano kaganda yung opportunities that I will get from like community manager. Meron akong friend who just started, like literally 2 months after niyang mag-focus on community management role from social media, she was earning 200,000 a month na. And that's like base and the commissions. So if for this person who's curious about, you know, how does it work, because again, communities bring in a lot revenue. So if you are giving clients, or if you are helping the clients earn a lot of money, of course you will get paid a lot of money too. That's just the rule of the game. Okay. Now, community moderation and safety. Type 1 if you guys are ready. Okay. So this is incredibly important. Why? Because groups actually, or communities can be, you can exit it. Do you guys know what exiting means? Ibig sabihin, let's say you started a community and then it became a very engaged community. You can sell that community for a lot of money. It's cost, parang ano siya, kapresyo na siya ng mga company mismo. Okay? Kapresyo na siya ng mga company mismo. So, it's also very important that you strengthen your community safety. So how do you do that? Of course, number 1, you have to set a community guideline and rules. Okay? But of course, you have to tread lightly. Do not make the guidelines and rules extremely hard naman to follow, right? Julius asked, is it a common practice like selling communities? Yes, you can exit a Facebook group. You can sell a Facebook group to somebody else. If you have, parang ano lang yan, selling leads. Sino dito yung nakaka-relate or who knows? Alam niyo ba guys, back in the day, I would sell leads too. So, it's the same way as that. You sell something of value. Exactly. Kaya nagpapadami ng members yung iba. What happened to Reddit? Maybe was it the company itself, like Reddit itself, or the subreddit? Because I don't think you can sell a subreddit. Can you exit a subreddit? Let's see. Um, no, you cannot sell a subreddit. Okay. I understand what you're saying, Azuka. So it's because Reddit was growing. Yeah. Yes, actually, yung companies kasi when you sell, when you build something, when you build a company, you either grow it as a legacy or you exit it. You sell it for a higher price, right? And most of the companies, they sell part of the business. Like for example, si WhatsApp, binenta nila kay Facebook yung WhatsApp, right? So that's a sample. You can do the same thing with communities too. You can also exit. You can sell your community also. Reddit, I heard okay siyang maging leads. Yes, exactly. That's how I found my first client. Yes. So let's say a client, um, like they said, let's say don't want to sell anymore. They can sell. They don't want to parang keep the community anymore. They can sell for a higher price. You can exit it. Okay. Next is code of conduct, right? You guys know what it means. So let's not go into like detail. Moderator admins, of course, you guys know what it means. Like the people who protects the community. Handle conflict and rule violations. What's the process for that? Do you just like kick them out? What's the deal? Like meron ba siyang parang up to three violations ba, up to, or isang violation lang, kick out na sila, right? Member safety and well-being, basically you are making sure na mentally your members are healthy, right? Encouraging a positive culture, and of course continuous improvement dapat siya. Like you gotta be okay with like changing strategies all the time because people change. Okay, communities evolve. Like for example, inside our inner circle group, yung mga students namin in the past, when they're starting out, when they're starting out, they were super active because they're trying to build their freelance career. And then later on, lumalaki na yung community, lumalaki na din yung problema ng mga community members namin. So we started doing, we released the boot camp, and then we started having masterminds. And then because of what you guys are telling us, we created the Client Accelerator Camp too. That's how you listen to your community. Okay? All right. So welcome and onboarding, role models, celebrate good behavior, encourage reporting. So these are, I would say, the 4 things that you need right away. So let's say magsa-start ka mag-community management. Ang kailangan mong i-prepare ay etong 4 na to. Okay? So how do you welcome them? Role models. So sino ba yung mga members ng community that you wanted to highlight and you wanted to build relationships with? I'll give you guys an example. So for example, si CJ came to me and asked me and gave me recommendations for the Discord group. And because of his recommendation, I asked him, "Oh, do you want to be the Discord manager?" Right? And so, of course, I was lucky enough because he said yes. And then we did, the Discord community has improved. And then we started putting out resources. I think there are 100 plus resources inside the Discord group. So if you're not in there, honey, you're missing out. And we did that in like a night. Like basically from I think 7 p.m. up until 5 a.m. we had to stay until the next day to like build and finish and like add more resources in there. So again, why? Because we listen to the community. Why was the Discord community created? Again, because we listen to you guys. You want to be able to just jump on a call with your peers, right? And Discord does that. You can jump on a call, you can invite people in, and I think that's incredibly important. If you will go through an interview and you're not used to talking to strangers, it's going to be hard. So the Discord group naturally will help you overcome that fear. And if again, it's up to you na lang whether or not you will join. It's absolutely free, right? Not only that, we do the same thing in the inner circle group, right? So you need to make sure that you're building that relationship. Next is celebrate good behavior. Groups or communities are not perfect. There's always going to be someone who will not, you won't see eye to eye, I would say, or, um, you know, but I would say if your culture is rooted sa why, like why you guys are doing that and the vision of the community itself, no negative behavior will parang you can overcome a negative behavior. That's all I'm saying. Um inside the our Facebook groups, it's not perfect. There's always going to be a time na there's a misunderstanding. For example, wrong emoji or yun pala instead of hindi pala sila yung nag-emoji noon, yung anak pala nila na naglalaro ng cellphone nila. May mga ganon, right? But again, you wanted to celebrate good behaviors also para ma-inspire then others to do the same. Next is encourage reporting, right? So you need to track the number of, pinakauna is the members, but later I will talk about it. But the first thing is, of course, number of members, right? The moment you start, um, the moment you start being the community manager, you have to take note of how many members do we have, right? And you can do it every month or every week, right? What happened? Bakit nag-increase yung members, right? What happened that month or that week, right? Those are the patterns you have to check. Okay. Continuous improvement. Adjust rules with community growth, just like what I said earlier. Train moderators regularly. Collect members' feedback on safety and fairness. We also encourage anonymous feedback so that we can actually get the real feedback from you guys. Because otherwise, you're just going to say the good things all the time, right? So I always encourage you guys to give us some tips on how we can support you. So the same way as being a community manager for your client, right? Aside from you making them feel like they belong, it's your responsibility to make sure that that they will actually get results. Okay? Like for example, as a coach, right? My goal is to give you guys results. My goal is to not entertain you guys, although I entertain you too, naturally, because of my personality, and I can't avoid that. But at the end of the day, we're not here to just make friends, right? We're here to give you guys results. We're here to help you get clients. So do not, stay away from that. Always make sure that you remember that. Okay? Kasi nanonotice ko din, may mga communities na, ang saya-saya. Okay? Ang saya-saya. Pero wala silang result. Okay? Pero wala silang result. We don't want that naman. We want results and, of course, the feeling of being part of a community. Okay? Especially if it's paid or you're paying for it. Okay? Kasi syempre, ayaw mo naman masayang yung pera ng mga customers nyo, right? Ni client. Okay? Balance between too strict and too wild also. So that's exactly what I was saying. Okay, so let's look at the different community ano to, places. So kanina, 'di ba, we looked at school. Uh, i-navigate natin yung mga communities. Okay. So, we started with school, and then, uy, may message ako. O, 'di ba? Okay. So let's go to discover communities, and I'm gonna put the link here on the doc. Okay. Um, tignan nga natin yung mga relationship. Actually, guys, one of the one of the offers that are so big right now is relationships. So, for example, dating. It's such a big thing. Look at this, guys. There's 93 members and they have to pay $8,000 to get in. Can you guys see it? Diba? Oh. So if it's not profitable, of course they won't price it as much, right? Okay, the queer community you've been looking for is here where you belong, right? Better man, better marriage, right? $27 a month. So why am I showing this to you guys? Because sometimes we think na yung mga binibili ng mga tao is yung mga ano lang, necessity, right? Like for example, although necessity rin naman yung dating. Wow! But let's look at the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. That's fine. Okay, so let's look at the Maslow hierarchy of needs. So the very basic is physiological needs, right? Air, water, food, right? So for example, in the boot camp, you bought the boot camp because of physiological needs, right? You didn't buy the boot camp because you wanted to have fun. No, you bought it because you wanted to earn money, right? So that's the first thing. And sometimes we think eto lang yung kailangan ng mga tao. Okay? But honestly, the most profitable offers are right here at the top. Bakit? These people, na-achieve na nila to eh. They're already happy, they're fed, they have shelter, they feel safe, right? So, they actually have a lot of disposable money to buy things or to be part of something na we consider na hindi necessities. Type 1 if you understand. I'll give you guys an example. I had a client and they have a $5,000 product. And it was nothing that I have expected. So that's another thing. Okay? Ano yun? Yes, that's another thing. And a lot of that we don't understand. Why? Kasi poor tayo. Wag na tayong wag na tayong magdahilan. A lot of those we can't understand kasi poor tayo, right? Um yes, kind of the same. Yeah, club memberships, golf, right? Um what do they get from it? But you guys know what I've realized, because one of the things that I realized too as a freelancer and someone who is highly involved in stuff like these is that a lot of people, they're willing to pay more money to get more money. Okay, so basically they invest. I'll give you guys an example. So for example, in this community, the dating community, they're paying $8,000 to get in. Tama? They pay $8,000 to get in. So if you are here, sabi dito, I help guys build confidence, learn to flirt, and land their dream girl, right? And if your dream girl eight is worth $8,000, I mean technically not, but you guys know what I mean, right? If you're willing to spend $8,000 to get the girl you want, you probably have a lot of money to spare too, right? Exactly. So if you think about it, what if, tingnan natin tong group na to. Of course, we cannot see. Minsan we can eh. But imagine if this group is not just for men. Okay? For example, this group is not just for men. Let's just imagine, ha? Wait, maghanap nga tayo para may exact example. Tapos maghihiwalay lang din naman yan sila. Ay, wow. Okay, wait. Um, Hanap tayo, yung paid, ha? Okay, tingnan nyo to. Dating for marriage, where men and women can connect to date for marriage globally, $9 a month. So there's 806 members. Okay, so this is not considered a necessity because basically you can go to a cafe and talk to a girl, right? And as a woman, dress nicely and you will be noticed outside, right? So you can get a man for free, technically. Okay, but if let's say you have $9 to spare every month, right? To be part of the dating for marriage, the kind of people you will hang out with inside this community has also $9 a month to spare. Type 1 if you understand. What if this group is $900 a month? That means you will be meeting people who has $900 to spend a month, which means the kind of people you want. Basically, if you're a girl who's looking for to marry someone rich, right? You might get the guy you want. And if you're a guy and you wanted to a girl who's earning a lot of money, you can meet them there too. Same reason why I spend money on courses. In 2024 alone, I paid 500K to be part of mastermind groups. Why? Because I get more, I ROI that money anyway. Bakit? For example, I paid for a $200,000. So 200K peso course. So that means that the people I am in the room with are the people who can afford to spare 200,000 for that event. Imagine being part of that room. You hear conversations you don't hear outside. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So some people, they spend more money to get more money. Okay? So type 2 if nagigets nyo yung sinasabi ko. Okay. So, what else? Ano pa yung tingnan natin yung painting. Okay? Kasi nakita ko kay Denise. Okay. So there are communities for that too. So let's explore. Okay. So let's say this group, welcome to the best online portrait painting program on the planet. My mastermind group is for artists who want to level up their painting game. So why would people join this group? Because they can level up their painting game, right? Now, let's look at portrait painting system online. Let's see what they're selling. Let's see what's up. Char. Okay, so this is the owner of the group, Oil Painter. I teach workshops across the country and at the conservatory in Philadelphia. I love to draw and paint, right? So if we go to his website, let's check. Okay, so here you can see his exhibitions, in-person workshops, right? So dito pa lang nag-gather na siya ng leads, right? And then upsell, right? So people, naturally, they will start a community Back then kasi you start a community just to have fun. Yung purely 100%. Sino dito yung member ng mga clan dati? Yung ano, yung SMS lang. Ako si Pretty Soul _23. Sino dito si Supladita _05? Hashtag GM. Back then, right, we create something like to purely have fun, right? But now, right, people do it to sell. Okay. So what you need to do first is to figure out what they're doing. Okay. We have someone, what's her name? Lara from like I think her offer is social media manager for coffee shops. And she is nailing it on the engagement. She would engage on groups, on content related to coffee. So, 'di ba? If you think about it, if you're interested too, like it's engaging feels natural. After ng clan sa text, naging GPRS. Hala, hindi ko alam yung GPRS. Ano yun? Groups. Okay. Dance ganda. Ay, wala kang underscore. Wow! Walang underscore. Okay. Tapos yung letter A pala yung 4, yung number 4. Okay. So, where else can we find communities? That's one. Next is circle. So this is ito, your community, your branding. Okay, so what I love about Circle naman is that you can pay extra and get an app for it. Like basically branded na yung app ni client. So for example, community manager kanila, meron silang mukhang sariling app nila yun. Okay? So this is also another one. So let's see. So obviously there's no free. So ibig sabihin yung mga gumagamit ng Circle, may pera talaga sila to get started. Okay. Next is Discord. Okay. So this one, we already have a Discord group, so you guys know exactly parang how the Discord group looks like. But then there's a lot of potential in Discord communities. Bakit? Because there's a lot of automations in place. So ibig sabihin, if you are a Discord manager, you can earn more because not only you are doing content inside the community, you're doing automations too. So if you think about it, right, you get paid higher. How do we actually find Discord communities? I honestly don't know how to find Discord communities. Ginugol ko lang. Oh, okay. So this is it. How do we know which one is paid and which one is free? There's 4,663 groups. Pag partnered ba, ibig sabihin paid yun. Oh, okay. It looks like Discord doesn't charge. Parang, okay. Ito, free and paid. Okay. Pero I think they charge on the back end. Yeah. They paid, okay, yeah. So everything is free sa front. Okay. Yeah. So this is how you can find communities inside Discord if you want to be a Discord manager. Wala, hindi ko na ano yung isa. Of course, the good old Facebook group, and then of course reddit.com, and there's also LinkedIn groups, guys. Okay? LinkedIn groups, Substack. That's another one. Ano pa ba? Community um tools like School. Let's check. Yes, communities inside Facebook group. There's also paid Facebook group communities, guys. Oo, eto. Mighty Networks. Oh, okay. So this is like Circle also. So mukha siyang circle din. O, 'di ba? Ang dami. Yeah. As lang po, subscription po sa streamers ay okay din. Yes, pero it's more of a moderating type thing kasi they're streaming, right? So you answer their questions, you help them out, um, like the tech side of things. So yes, it's also um considered a community. So ayun, there's a lot of communities. Okay. Um, Nas.io is one. Ano pa ba? Mm, Oo, alam ko wala na 'tong Tailwind, eh. Wait, let's find things. Hmm, ano pa ba? That's it. Okay. So, eto yung mga puwede niyong hawakan na community. Okay. Hmm, okey. Okay. So, in terms of, creating a strategy, okay, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, first you have to do a market research. Ang version of this is inside the bootcamp, parang get to know your community. And then, once you've done the market research, then create your content strategy, right? And then, once you have your content strategy, then um, design your community um, value journey. Okay? Like, saan sila manggaling from onboarding onwards. And then, of course, think about how to measure the success. Measure or KPI. That's two KPIs. Okay. Wait, sagutin na natin yung tanong. Coach, may idea ka ba what is Kajabi? Lagi ko nababasa. So Kajabi is it's a SaaS for most of the time mga creators or coaches. You can create a landing page here. You can you can sell courses, you can sell products in here, and then meron na rin siyang newsletters and communities. Pero I don't know if you can access the communities publicly, but meron din siyang communities. Thank you ah. Nakalimutan ko yung Kajabi. Um, I wouldn't really say the same siya sa JHL, but kind of yes. It is there's similarities. This is not a problem, but what makes JHL unique kasi it's an ecosystem. Okay, it's an ecosystem and you can customize. That's the difference. Ano pa ba? Baka may nakalimutan ako. Okay. Next, how do you measure naman the, oh wait, before we proceed to the KPIs, do you guys have any questions so far? Questions so far? Everything is answered, none for me. Okay, good to proceed. Okay, perfect. Okay, so next is let's talk about the KPIs. Okay, so how do you measure the success of the community, or what are your KPIs as a community manager? So the first thing is, of course, you have to measure the growth of the community. Okay, all right. So how do you measure the growth? Syempre, the total members of the community and how frequent it is growing, right? And then total of active members. Um, right. And then number of new contributors. So this is how you measure the growth of the community. Um, it can vary. Okay, there are apps or tools that are so good at measuring these, and there are tools na not as good as measuring like metrics. Okay, so a lot of these you have to figure out how to find this. And right now, guys, ang gaganda na ng mga tools na, iba-iba na siya ng way ng pagme-measure. So what you really need to do is make sure na you're diving deeper into your client's account. So if let's say beginner ka pa lang and your clients wants to know, okay, so um what's our goal? What can we achieve, right? Then make sure you're looking at make sure to ask your client to screenshot the stats, for example, if you're not, if you're not hired yet. And then just, create a realistic goal. Depends on the, like, how many people are joining the communities, then set a goal that is the average of that. So for example, if inask ka ni client, okay, ilan yung total members yung ma-add mo sa group per month, right? Then get the average of the last 3 months. Okay? Nagigets nyo po. And I know this can be very difficult for beginners too. And may nagtanong sa akin neto recently. I forgot the name. Pero tinanong po ako ni client kung ilan yung i-achieve ko. And when you if you're a beginner and your client is asking you that, always remember the number 3. Okay? In terms of conversion rate, say 3%. In terms of the metric, then get the average of the last 3 months. Okay? Are you guys still with me, type 1? So pag beginner ka, mahirap kasi sagutin tong tanong na to. Number 3 is realistic kasi. Okay? All right. Of course, you have to also measure the activity, right? Ilan yung post, right? Ginawang hashtag eh, no? Number of posts and threads, right? Number of comments, right? Number of reactions, and of course, experience. And this is related to feedback or ano ba yun? Community satisfaction kineme. Satisfaction survey. Okay. Okay lang, Sheila. Pwede kang kumain with us. Kahit naka-on pa yung camera mo, okay lang din. Okay. So, experience. So, kapag ka, kunyari, in-onboard ka ng client, okay, if you, di ba, napansin nyo ba yun? Minsan sa mga job post, 'di ba, tinatanong kayo, how do you measure the success of this role? Sino dito nakakita ng ganun sa Upwork? May mga ganun eh. Tapos ang dami nagtatanong sa akin ng ganyan. Coach, ano tong question na to sa Upwork? Tinatanong ako ano yung sa application pa lang. Then, meron na kayo agad masasagot. I measure it, I measure it through growth, activity, and experience. Okay? Are you guys still with me? Type 1. Okay. So we're gonna take a 10-minute break because it looks like a lot of you are hungry. Okay, we're gonna take a 10-minute break and then we will come back and talk about how to measure them. Okay? All right. I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. teach you how to calculate it manually because sabi ko sa inyo kanina, iba-iba the way like the tools work, right? So it's nice na you know exactly how to calculate it on top of your head so that when your client asks you, okay, so how do you measure that, right? Then you can measure it. Tumigil ka, Amir. Wow, inaway. Okay. Nakain ko na yung how-how, guys. Yun na yung dinner ko. yung how. Yun na yung dinner ko, yung how-how. Okay, calculating metrics. Okay, so, di ba meron tayo, eto. Okay, so, gamitin natin to as, scratch paper. Okay, nakabalik na ba kayo, guys? Can you guys type, ang ganda mo? Hindi, joke ko, nandito na kayo. Joke lang. Ano ba yan? Sa attention. Gandara Park. Okay, saan na tayo? Okay, so let's start with growth. Ayusin natin para maganda yung formula. No, 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 no. Okay. Okay. So let's say for growth, um, okay, calculating metrics. Okay, so growth, let's start with um average in the last 3 months, right? So for example, August, meron kayong 400, lakihan natin. Let's say meron kang 448,900. Right? And then September, meron kayong 49,600. And then on October, meron kang 50,300. Okay? So, of course, to get the average of that, you need to, sino yung calculator ko? Okay. So, 49, syempre, you need to add it. So, 49 plus, lagay ko na nga lang yung steps. Calculate get the sum. Get the sum of the last 3 months and divide it into 3, right? So, 48,900 plus 49,600 plus 50,100. Divide by 3. So that's 49,600. Okay? So ito yung average. Okay? So what you can say is that, okay, wait lang. So for, wait lang steps. Okay. So, for example, magpa-promise ka kay client, right? So, to calculate it, you need to, ano yung last number ng ano yung pinaka-latest number. Then you have to, ano yung first month. So, 50,300 minus 48,900. So, that's 1,400. So, this is 1,400 members in 3 months. Okay? So to calculate the growth, dapat ano siya? 48,900 times 100. Okay, so that's 2.6. 2.86% growth rate. Okay? Paano ko nakuha yung 2.86% growth rate? So you have to calculate 1,400 divide by 48,900 times 100 to get the percentage. Okay? So that is the, like, how you can calculate the growth. So for example, based dun sa na-notice mo, kung tinanong mo si client, okay, can you give me the last 3 months, ganyan. And kung 2.86 yung growth rate, you can say na ang goal mo is 3%. Diba? Just to start, parang small. Okay? Type 1 if you guys understand the calculation. So that's what you can promise. Okay? And of course, you will do your best, diba? To promise such. Right? Okay. Perfect. Okay. So, in terms of active members, actually, wait lang guys ha, ayusin ko to. Na-OC ako eh, sorry. Ayan. Tapos, 2. Okay. So, let's go sa total active members. Okay, so this one is kind of tricky kasi not every tool out there is very good at measuring it effectively. So, what the data that you need is the activities. Okay, you can do this on a Facebook group too. Tapos, you calculate the active members for the month. Okay. Okay. So, okay. All right. So you need the activity details, right? So ano ba yung activity? So ito yung comments, posts, reactions, ganyan. Or attendance rate. Okay? So yun yung parang activities na you wanna measure. And then ilan yung number of active members? Okay? So number of active members divide by total members times 100 to get the percentage. Okay? So for example, kung ang total members natin right now ay 50,300. So 50,300. Tapos 7,000 lang yung total members 50,300. Tapos active members ay 7,450 for example. So parang siya, 740 divide by 50,300 times 100. Ganyan lang siya. Wait lang, calculate natin. 7,450 divide by 50,300. 7,450 divide by 50,300 times 100. Okay, so parang 14 percent. Okay, yung active rate. Okay. Now, if we Google, right? Kasi actually hindi ko alam kung ano yung parang industry standard. Industry standard for community active members rate. Let's see if there's something. Kasi wala akong makita when I was researching. So now I'm curious. Oh, okay. So dapat 5%. Sabi ni bettermode.com. Now, let's go to AI mode and see if AI can give us a suggestion. Okay, so 1 to 50%, 15 to 50%. So, we're almost hitting 15%, which is the industry standard. Okay? So, we need to do a better job. So, dapat ang goal natin sa susunod ay 15% na active rate. Okay, are you guys still with me? I know this is kind of complicated, but it's not really. Kaya naman siya. Kaya, no, guys? Kaya naman siya. Okay. So, I would say in the number of contributors, you can use the same formula. Okay. Use the same formula. Okay. So, ito namang activities, you can get this sa platform itself. Okay? And then, of course, yung experience, this one is kind of tricky kasi depende siya sa number of depende siya sa community itself and if magpapa-survey talaga kayo sa community nyo, right? So this is called parang CSAT, right? So yung CSAT or customer satisfaction is um is the like how you can measure their experience if they're satisfied. So if you wanted to do that, that's fine too. Okay. So what you need is the number of surveyed members, okay? Kasi hindi nyo naman masa-survey lahat. Okay, so you have to survey just a group of people, okay? And then measure their response rate, okay? So you have to measure the response rate. So that's what you need to, okay, response rate. So now, let's say, one thing that you have to include on your form is the, kunyari, scale of 1 to 5. Parang ganon, scale. Okay? So, let's say, ang promoter mo is 4 to 5. And then yung, tama ba? Detractors. Wait lang ah. Promoter. Okay, tama. Detractor. So, if detractor nyo is 3 to 0 or 1 na lang, 1, sorry. Okay, so let's say, kunyari we surveyed, number of people surveyed ay 1,040. Okay? And then, yung promoter natin ay, let's say more than half, let's say 510. Tapos, detractors. 1040 minus 510. Okay, so 530. So you have more than 50%, right? Okay. So to get the rate, you have to calculate the promoters. So 510 divide by 1040 times 100. 49%. Okay? Which means na 49% ay satisfied. Okay? Now let's look at customer satisfaction NPS industry standard. Okay. All right. So sabi ng internet, good is 0 to 30 and great is 30 to 70 and excellent is 70 to 100, which means that we are still on the great. Tama? Great pa rin siya. Okay, so do you guys get it? Any questions so far on how to calculate the metrics? questions? Are you guys here? None so far. Okay. Amazing, amazing. Okay. So, ano namang i-measure nyo in terms of revenue and like revenue metrics? Okay, kasi we're measuring the community metrics, right? Um, right? Of course, you have to calculate the conversion rate. Conversion rate. Industry standard is 3%. Okay, ibig sabihin, ito yung parang decent na conversion rate. So, you want to ask your client kung ano yung conversion rate in the past so that you know if you will actually achieve it. Okay? And of course, yung customer lifetime value. Okay? Which is, actually, pwede nyo naman to i-AI. Um, parang calculate this for me, something like that. But at least you understand what it means. Okay? Next is, syempre, yung total revenue. Mali, total revenue. Total revenue in USD. Okay? And then, pwede nyo ring i-measure yung parang referral rate. Ayan. Ito rin yung mga pwede nyong i-measure in terms of the business side of things. And this is if the client is like really wanted you to handle the sales side of the community or upselling the community. Okay? Okay. Next, let's talk about moderation tools. Okay. So again, it can vary based on the community. Some communities, they have this built in. Pero the tools that you have to learn to do this is like an example is Notion, Google Sheet, Airtable, Typeform or Google Form or Jotform for surveys. Yeah, of course. Here's the doc. Okay. Ano pa ba? Some communities are so big. Like yung, nakita niyo yung mga communities kanina na parang 100,000 yung members. So some of them needed parang a ticketing system. Okay? Pwede siyang Zendesk, Freshdesk na mga ticketing system or tools. Okay? In terms of, let's say, meron kayong events inside the community, or parang appointment calls. Okay? For these tools, syempre you have to learn, syempre Zoom. For RSVP, pwede kayong mag-Google Calendar, Eventbrite. Ayan. Appointments, syempre Calendly, cal.com. Okay? Zoom, StreamYard, RingCentral. So I remember meron akong isang community na in-include ko din dun sa Google Sheet, guys, na their events are in RingCentral. And sabi ko, wait, what? And sobrang daming members, like hundreds, thousands of people are in there. Sobrang grabe. Ang galing lang nila. Okay. For documentation, syempre Notion, Google Docs. Siguro Jira din. I don't know, just in case. Ano pa bang mga kailangan niya? With the community. Now, aside from all of these, like the tools and the metrics, and of course the how-tos that we talked about earlier, one of the best ways to become an effective community manager is to read. Can you guys type read? Um, wala na pong Skype. Read. Read, read. And I couldn't stress this enough kasi how reading is, will it makes us smarter, it makes us engage better and have better communication skills. But the best thing about um like being a community manager is being able to connect with anyone. And when you read books kasi, and I'm not saying na parang self-help lang siya or anything, even fiction, you have to read because this way you can imagine, you can visualize your community. And when you read books, you can visualize. Ang suggestion ko in terms of reading is that don't box yourself with just the famous self-help books. Self-help can be very exhausting, guys. And when you force yourself to read books that is not fun, bibilin nyo lang siya tapos hindi nyo siya babasahin, trust me. So, you need to take a break and actually, parang take a break and not just do like self-help. Yeah, sure. Pwede rin naman podcast and audiobooks. But one of the, I would say, ang pinaka-importance ng reading talaga is it makes you feel bored for just a couple of minutes a day. And we need it. Our brain kasi should rest too. It's like a machine. And if it's always consuming the same type of thing, aka mga videos all the time, images, you're not practicing your creativity. It's gonna be hard to talk. It's gonna be hard to talk to think critically that way. So, kapag hindi ka nagbabasa, when you need to analyze something, you get bored. Pero pag nagbabasa ka, hindi. It feels like it's just part of the process. So, ayun. Reading aloud or silently? I would say both. If you wanted to speak better, you need to read aloud. I remember, I still do this, by the way. I still read aloud sometimes. Um, I remember when I was trying to improve my communication skills, meaning the way I speak in English, I read aloud. Um, which is more effective? When you read, I mean, of course, you won't be able to read out loud all the time, right? So, you gotta do both. Yeah, record yourself too. I love recording myself. I'm not into like videos. Kung na-notice nyo, very recent lang ako nagvi-video. Meron akong video kanina. Pero, I love that when I record my voice, let's say when you go to vocaroo.com, you can instantly see how you speak. Pero, yung another factor then, you have to listen to yourself when you speak. Pero you can only do that when you're speaking. Okay? So, meaning, dapat yung microphone nyo, you're able to hear yourself. Nagigets ba ako? Kasi 'di ba yung mga singers nga may mga in-ears sila. You speak better when you can hear yourself. Kung na-notice nyo, whenever I am on calls, I remove my headset. Oh, no, no, no. Whenever I'm on calls, I always have my headset on, whether it's the 3.5 mm, because I cannot, parang I speak better when I can hear myself. You can hear every word you say, how you pronounce certain words. So, ayun. Yeah, honestly, nakaka-cringe naman talaga yung sarili. Pagka, like when you watch yourself. Kahit ano lang eh, like when your friends tag you in their stories, parang halang cringe ko, parang ganun. But, um, you can just keep it to yourself naman. You don't have to upload it. Okay lang din naman yun. Ako din, nag-cringe din ako sa self ko. What else? Pagka community manager ka ba, kailangan sobrang extrovert mo? Not necessarily. I think dapat meron kang level of, like, you have to look at it as a performance, right? Like, you're doing this because it's part of your job. And when you think of it that way, that it's part of your job, you immediately do it, right? You do it kasi it's part of my job, right? Otherwise, I won't earn. Yun yung, sorry. I mean, like, if you think about it, right? But at the same time, when you are sensitive to other people's feelings, basically you are an empath, or if you're an introvert too, it can feel very exhausting, but it could be your launch pad. Meaning, because you're not extrovert enough, you feel your audience more. You're sensitive to them more. And I think that's a strength. Awareness is a strength. And if you cannot relate to them, it's hard. Yeah. So, which is why, ang sarap din minsan kausap ng mga introvert, 'di ba? Kasi parang, deeper thoughts. But yun nga, like, if you go out there and it's too noisy, it can get really exhausting. Yeah. What else? Questions. Different perspective nakikita at naririnig. Yeah, actually. Paano kapag nag-post ka tas walang nagre-reply? That it can mean so many things, but don't take it personally. 'Di ba? Because what if they didn't see it? It can be as simple as that, right? But you have to think of, if I look at my content, will does it trigger something from me to respond? Kanina, guys, I was talking to my client, and then we were talking about how he can manage yung email niya. Okay? And you guys know how I organize emails, right? And etong client, bagong client ko to eh. Ito yung hinanap ako sa LinkedIn. So, sabi ko, i-read namin yung high priority. Okay? Kasi wala siyang color nung una. Sabi ko, i-read natin. Tapos pagka double red, meaning it's a high priority and it's a today, meaning they have to do it today, it's double label. Nagigets nyo? So, mas longer yung red. Okay? Sabi ni client, uy, eto palang na-trigger na. May na-trigger na sa akin, sabi niya. So, you need something like that. 'Di ba? When you're posting, right? So, si client, kasi one of my offers, guys, is I manage founders. I help them get to the next level. So, this client is earning 6 figures consistently in USD and usually earning 7 figures a month, but they're trying to get to 8 to 9 figures a year, and he's having a hard time because chaotic yung mga nangyayari. So of course, at that level of growth, there's a lot of communications. At some point, disorganized din yung business. So one of my offers is to get them to, like, is for them to stay aligned with their vision. So that's one of my offers. And I don't offer this to everyone. I only offer this to people I like. And this client is, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, he found me. Kasi ang ganda ng rate, tas ang dali lang nung work. Basically, I check with him in the morning and then I check with him at night. That's it. Yeah, so it was nice. Coach, when you say community manager, does it need to be a full-time or pwede rin part-time? How long dapat yung adaptation before ka i-launch as a community manager? Okay, so yung community manager na role is most of the time it's a part-time role. You don't really look at the community 24/7. Once you have content and you have a certain level of engagement, that's it. But it's so different if yung community manager mo na role has some customer service workload on it. Bakit? Kasi kapag kailangan mong magsagot ng inquiries, then you need to work full time. But the reason why this is a really good jumpstart in the freelancing is because chika-chika lang siya. May chika-chika plus of course the metrics. Kaya nag-focus tayo sa metrics also. Kasi marunong na kayo gumawa ng content, diba? So, syempre you have to know the tools, being sensitive, the journey of your clients. When you say how long dapat yung adaptation before ka i-launch as a community manager, I'm not really sure. I don't think there's a adaptation phase. Like you offer it and you get onboarded as a community manager. Yung pinakamalakas na strength ng community manager is being able to listen to what the community needs and wants, regardless kung introvert. Exactly. Yes, you have to be sensitive to other people's needs and what they're thinking. But I think if you are working, I think it applies to any job too. I think I think all of us, regardless if you are a community manager or a VA or an executive assistant or even more as a marketer, let's say as a copywriter, I think everyone should be sensitive to the needs and wants ng sinaserve nila, right? So I think it's not just the community manager na role talaga, but there are roles or positions that has higher level of sensitivity, which includes nurses, right? O kaya teacher, coaching actually has like higher level of sensitivity, I would say, or like being able to understand needs and wants. And this is why I like psychology too. So yeah, but what I love about community management is it's a really good opportunity to you don't have to work full time to get to six figures. And you can manage multiple communities. Mas lalo pang malaki yung kita kapag mas malaki yung commission mo. Let's say you were able to sell a deal to someone, and let's say you get 3% commissions, baka hindi mo na mapansin yung salary mo. So that's why pinush ko na i-mastermind tong community management. Of course, there are opportunities that doesn't pay that much. Okay? Pero guys, alam niyo naman yung ano, 'di ba? What will determine your revenue in freelancing, right? It's not your skills, right? Kahit na madali yung skill, pwede ka pa rin kumita ng sobrang laki, right? Saan siya nakadepende? Tingnan nga natin if you guys remember. Saan nakadepende yung revenue nyo if it's not the skill? Can you guys type it on the comments? Let's see if somebody remembers. Your revenue in freelancing or the amount you earn in freelancing depends on blank. Sabi ni Amir, connections. How about the others? It's not connections. Attitude. Uy, may mga kilala ako masama ugali pero malaki kumita. Hindi, joke lang. Charot lang. How much of value of a... Exactly. Okay? Your revenue in freelancing relies on the people you serve, on the clients you have. So for example, if your client is earning 7 figures a year, syempre may pambayad siya sa'yo ng 6 digits. Right? So kung yung client mo hindi kumikita ng ganun, wala siyang pambayad sa'yo ng malaki. That's it. So you need to be closer to, actually may content ako na ganyan sa Facebook, hanapin nyo na lang. Medyo, ang taas ng engagement nun eh. Kasi a lot of freelancers in my space really, really loved it. Like how to get closer to clients that's gonna give you six figures. To get closer to them, you need to be in the same room. How can you be in the same room? You need to join communities, right? So that's it. Okay. Questions pa. Actually, patapos na tayo. Q&A. Okay. In terms of parang being a community manager naman, yes. When you are consistent with showing up for your community, the community will show up for you. That's the rule of the game. So, I always show up to the communities kasi again, if I show up to them, they will show up for me too. Parang moderator po ba yung community manager? It's so much more than that. The moderation part is just part of it. O, di ba? Ang galing ni Elma, naalala niya. It's the value of the client. So you gotta be in the same room. Questions pa? Masaya ba? Nag-enjoy kayo? Did you guys learn today? Nahirapan ako. Nahirapan ako magturo. Yeah, okay. I love it. Coach, may email management ba sa course? Yes, meron. I want to learn how to organize my workspace. Huy, meron tayo niyan, Annalisa. Oh, sabi ni Jules, no question kasi binibigay mo na lahat. Oh, thank you. Ano ba? Kinikilig ako. Kuya, nalaglag. Yeah, exactly, Amir. Uh, wait, saan? Saang part? Wait, nawala na yung question ni Annalisa. Saang part? Nasaan siya? Module 1. Bet yung email management na-realize ko yung basura ng email ko. Ngayon organized na. Di ba, Auri? Alam nyo ba guys, iba yung value ng email management sa client. Meron ako nakitang TikTok video na sabi doon, wag kayong dumiretso na kayo sa pag-aaral ng mga ganitong level of skill, ganyan-ganyan. But honestly, yung mga simple skills, ang laking value niya for a founder. Ang laking value niya for a founder. Yung i-organize mo yung buhay nila. Alam niyo guys, yung tinuro ko sa inyo, yung second brain, grabe yung ROI sa akin ng skill na yun. Grabe yung ROI ng skill na yun. To think na it's so simple. Real talk coach, kahit sa course, busog-lusog. Ay, wow. Pinaganda ko rin yung email ko. 'Di ba? Question pala about Telegram. I'm seeing some similarities kasi between Discord. Oh, okay. I actually love it. Wait, thank you for reminding me. Let's add it to the list. Actually, tama si Kat, guys. Kasama si Telegram. Okay. Yeah, kasama yung Telegram. What do you think is more user-friendly? I would say mas user-friendly si Telegram. Pero there's also parang automations din kasi in Telegram eh. Pero sa Discord kasi, yung automations niya ay apps yung ginagamit. Ibig sabihin, you have to add it and integrate it. Sa Telegram, you will need to use Zapier, mga ganon, make.com to integrate. So I would say it's more difficult yung Telegram than Discord. Yeah, di ba Lizelle, super helpful ng second brain. Alam niyo ba guys, yung client ko, um, pati yung wife niya, ni-refer niya sa akin to learn that skill. It's, it changed. It's super helpful lalo na sa mga founders. Um, ano pa? Questions? Paano nyo how to, I would say, qualify your clients. Ang step talaga dito is to join communities, number one. Number two, dapat meron silang offer stack. Okay, ibig sabihin dapat may binibenta yung community na yon. Okay, para maging client nyo siya. How to join po sa Discord natin ng VA Training PH. Well lang. Uy, CJ, may customer tayo. Customer. Wait lang ah. Hanapin ko yung ano, yung link. Mm, 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 mm. Di kayo, wait, kunin ko yung link. Oo, may binibenta eh, no? Uy, free lang to ah. Ayan, sinend ko ng link. Okay. Questions pa? Okay. Paano nyo siya i-link sa offers nyo? So for example, social media manager ka, pwede mong i-upsell tong community management. May mga friends ako guys na nag-start sila social media, tapos in-upsell nila yung community management. Tapos dahil sa gumaling sila on DMs, like how to upsell, they made it their main offer. Kapag ka-copywriter ka, pwede mo rin siya i-upsell. May regular co-working schedule po ba tayo sa Discord? Wala pa. I'm waiting for CJ to come up with a schedule. Yeah. Pero guys, huwag kayong mahihiya. Mag-jump lang kayo dun sa Loft, dun sa mga voice channels. And then, people will jump in na. Nung nakaraan, may isang nakatambay, I think. Tapos, nag-join lang ako dun. Tapos, yun na, people start coming in. It's fun. Masaya siya. Okay, questions? Saan yung Discord? Ito sa link. O, di ba? Ang ganda ng thumbnail. AI na AI. So, sobrang ganda ko dito. Parang AI. Coach, may mga stickers and emojis na din dyan. Uy, meron na. Okay. O, di ba? Thank you, Joriel. Pag nag-leave sa Discord, naka-sad face. Exactly. So, wag kayong magli-leave. Wow. Nung sinetup ni CJ yung automation na yan, sabi ko, walang magli-leave ah. Okay, guys, para lang yan sa graduate ah. Please don't add other people kasi pagka may nakapasok na hindi enrollees, hindi natin sila kilala, baka negative sila. 'Di ba? Protect your peace. Okay? Interested po to learn more on Discord community managing, baka pumadap. Okay, wait lang. May sisend ako sa'yo. Okay lang ba if I will ask 1 minute of your time right now before we leave and habang mag-picture muna tayo, please.